Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we're looking at rotations. This is part two to rotations. We're going to do some rotations on coordinated grid. So let's take a look at some notes here. So now if we got a 90-degree rotation, in this example here going counterclockwise, we want to use XY and change it to YX and then negative. We're going to do the opposite of whatever this Y is and just change it. So you're going to take these numbers, whatever points you have, and this is the rule that you follow. You swap it and change the sign of the Y. On the 180, you don't swap it. You just change the sign of the X and the Y. Okay? And on 270 degrees counterclockwise, you're going to swap it and change the sign of the X. Okay? So that's all we're going to do. We're going to take a look at some points. We're going to take some geometric shapes. We're going to plot them out. We're going to change the apply the rule to them and then plot the new points for the image. So we're going to go from pre-image to image here. So let's take a look at a few examples. Okay, here I went ahead and put the rules up here so you can see them. Those first three I just mentioned. 360 rotation, you don't even change it. It's the same thing. So, but we're going to talk about two of the three up here, and we'll look at some examples. Okay, so first what I did is I plotted the points. I plotted 0, 0. I also plotted over 3 up 1 S, and I plotted over 2 up 1 up 4, which is T. So I've got those plotted. And for some reason I didn't put the letters on there. My bad. But we've got R, we've got S, and we got T right here. So that's the original shape. Now we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, so the first one, R prime, we're going to swap them and change the Y to the opposite. But since it's both 0, 0, it's just 0, 0. You can't change the sign of 0. So it's just 0, 0. That's not going to change. Alright, now S prime here, the first step is to swap it. So I swapped it. So I have 3, 1, change it to 1, 3. And then the next step is to change the sign to the opposite. So the 1 is positive. We're going to make it negative. Alright, next we got T prime. And we're going to swap it again. 2, 4. We're going to swap it and make it 4, 2. And we're going to change the sign from positive 4 to negative. Alright, so now I have my 3 points. I'm going to go ahead and plot them out. I've got R prime, which is 0, 0, S prime, which is negative 1 up 3, and T prime, which is negative 4 up 2. And then I just connect the dots, and that's it. Alright, let's take a look at another one. Alright, so on this one, we've got A, which is 0, 0, B, negative 4, 2, C, negative 1, 4, and I'm just going to plot those points. Okay, so this time I put the letters on there and connect the dots. Okay, that's just the original geometric shape there. Now, this one we want to do 180. I meant to highlight this right here, but we're going to do 180 right here. And with that, we're going to swap each. No, actually, we're not. We're not going to swap. We're just going to change the signs. So again, with A prime, you can't change the sign of 0 because it doesn't have a sign. It's not positive or negative. It's just 0. Then B, we change the sign. The 4 became positive. The 2 became negative. No need to swap. And then C prime, just change the sign. The 1 is now positive. The 4 is now negative. And now we're going to plot each one of those points. We got A prime, which is 0, 0. B prime, which is positive 4 down 2. and then C prime, which is positive 1 down 4. And then you connect the dots, and we have our image. All right, let's take a look at another one. All right, on this one, I'm going to plot out the points again. This is another 180. So I plot out the points, E, F, and G, 0, 3. F is over 3 up 5, and G is over 4. All right, now this one again, we're not going to swap them, but we're just going to change the signs. So E, I change the sign of that 3 because you can't change the sign of 0. So that's negative 3 for E prime. F prime, change the sign of both. They're both positive. We'll make them both negative. Negative 3, negative 5. And G prime, we'll change that 4 from positive to negative. Next, we're going to plot out the points. We've got E, which is 0, negative 3, go down 3 for E prime. F, go left 3 and down 5. And G, just go left negative 4. And we connect the dots, and we've got our rotation. All right, let's take a look at another one. Okay, so we did a couple 180s. Here's another 90, and it's 90 degrees. And we're going to go counterclockwise, okay? 90 degrees counterclockwise. So first, let's go ahead and graph it. Okay, I've got the U, which is over 1, down 1. V, which is over 4, down 2. And the W, which is over 3, down 4. Alright, now, since it's 90, we're going to have to swap them around. We're going to swap them around and change the sign. So, let's take a look. So, for U prime, I swapped them. Put the negative 1 first, and then the positive 1 second. And then change the sign of the first one, which is from negative to positive. Alright, next, we're going to do V prime. So I swap them, negative 2 and 4. And now, because it's negative here for that negative Y, we're going to change that to opposite to what it is. Negative 2 becomes positive 2. Alright, now we got W prime. We swap them again. Negative 4, positive 3. And we're going to change that negative 4 to positive because we're going to do opposite of what that is. Positive. Oop. Alright, now what we need to do is just go ahead and plot them. So we plot them here. You got U, which is over 1, up 1, U prime. V, which is over 2, up 4, V prime. And W, which is over 3, over 4 and up 3 for W prime. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and connect the dots. and you see it looks like it's been turned 90 degrees. See if I can go back to full screen here. There we go. Alright, here's a couple of practice problems. Go ahead and see if you can rotate 8 and 9 here. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so let's take a look at the answer. Should get this. Alright, so on number 8, we've got P, Q, R, and S. Okay, and since it's 180, we just changed the signs. So on P here, it went to -4 to -3, went to positive. Q, 2 to -2, -3 to +3. R, -1, 2, -2 to +2. And then S, make that 3 negative. And then you plot the points. Now over here on 9, we've got, we're rotating it 90 degrees counterclockwise. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that, we're going to swap them and change the sign of the second one. So on A, if you swap them, they both 4s. But we're going to make that first 4 negative because it was positive. See, B, 2, 1, we're going to swap it and make it 1, 2, and make the 1 negative, opposite. And then 0, 3, we'll make it 3, 0, and make that 3 negative. So you got A, B, and C prime, and then you plot your points. And that's it. That is rotations around an origin on a coordinated plane. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.